Speed tests are still alright.
Try a new DNS.
Yeah, I just did. So I finally finished Divinity Original Sin.
I couldn't get past the second phase. It just bored me at that point. It felt like it was going to send me on another grind
Yeah,
fest around them.
the second act is the longest one, and it does sort of get a bit long in the teeth. I was sort of starting to feel, hurry up, finish up. I want to move on to the next part. Act 3 is very short, and Act 4 is got a bit of length to it, but by then you're getting really cool items, really cool spells, and you're starting to really see how the story comes together, so it becomes a lot more interesting. However, I will say, like, a lot of the stuff that you do in Act 2, like, you see the people or perhaps the fruits of that in Act 3 and Act 4. I really enjoyed how much I felt that everything sort of linked together and that my choices in Act 2 and 3 had some sort of relevance in Act 3 and 4. Sorry, in 1 and 2 had some sort of relevance in 3 and 4, even if it just come down to like a conversation with an NPC that knew somebody that I'd killed or something like that. So I found that pretty cool.
How hard did you find the first big boss man? The one that what did you have to do? He fucking screwed me for so long.
The one at the port, and then the big dude appears.
No, it's in like a church thing, and what does he do? You've got to go and smash the totems off the side or something.
Oh no,
Only lots of fire.
I don't remember.
What's he do?
Oh,
I think he's like immune to something, or I don't know. I haven't played it in like a year.
I can think of maybe 2 or 3 fights which are sort of like that, but I'm not sure which one you're
So
talking about.
you walk into a big dark room. I think there's fire or something all around. At the start, you got to like absorb that somehow, and then you've got to. I think you go off the side and you defeat little mobs or something. Or defeat a totem maybe, and then you got to beat into him like a mad fuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
don't
could
know.
be insane.
I missed one of the fights with my decisions. There's a couple of other ones that I'd sort of talked my way out of as well. So yeah, not sure.
I might go play it again.
It was good.
Because I really like the hype on number 2 made me want to finish it up. So I tried it again and I just couldn't. Like it's twice now. I'm
Oh,
stuck at
is this
Act 2.
Divinity 1?
Yeah,
Ah,
Original
no,
Sin.
no, I finished number 2.
Well, why'd you say Divinity Original Sin then?
Sorry, no, 2.
You fuckhead. That's what one is called.
uh,
Fuck. You're a stupid fuckhead.
no, finished 2. It was good.
Have you played 1 before?
I had. I got up to Act 2, and then I think some other newer, shinier game
It's the
turned up,
same as me.
and I started playing that instead. It wasn't that I got bored of it, it's just that something else that I wanted to play more turned up, and then I forgot about it. So,
I've got 61 hours into it, and I've only like played around a bit in Act 2.
well, number 2 took me, I reckon, about 70 hours to finish. Actually, I'll be able to say.
So how much is it? I put it in my thing so I see it pop up.
Yeah, grab it on sale. Really worth it. It took me 100 hours to do it. Or give or take a little bit.
Holy shit, it's still $60.
Yeah. It is a good game. There's less stuff I think there's less importance with the surfaces. I think from a bit of the feedback I was reading, I can't really remember one, but I think the surfaces were a bit more punishing in number one. But I sort of
The
remember
what?
like the oil and fire surfaces on the ground.
Oh yeah, they fuck me. Yeah, no, they are.
But they are very prominent in number two, incredibly prominent. Um, so much so that I never bothered with any of the surface transmuting skills. I thought, that's useless. I won't need to worry about that. And then I learned one of the skills because I think I had the book given to me, or I'd eaten a bit of flesh and it gave me the skill as an elf or something like that. And then I used it like, oh my god, this is so useful. Why did I not like getting people out of necrofire and out of cursed flooring, just be able to teleport the floor away was so good.
Yeah, I seem to remember I used to be able to use like wind and rain and stuff to affect all the surfaces.
Yeah. Now I'm not sure in number one, but in number two there's cursed surfaces. So if a
Uh,
surface becomes cursed, it can't be removed by the typical means. So cursed ice will stay there even if you throw a fireball at it. Same with fire. And they'll pierce your magic armor in terms of what effects that they do. But aside from that, it was really really good. Also, big difference is number two. It's a four-party game instead of a one. Oh, sorry, a two-party.
Well, I'm looking forward to Borderlands 3.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether I want to wait until it comes out on Steam or pick it up early. I'll probably pick it up on the Epic Store at this point. Depends what everyone else
I'd
does.
I'd almost recommend if you're gonna get it off the Epic Store, actually buy it directly from 2K, because Epic will be in American dollars. 2K is 130, or depending on which version you get, on
Yeah.
Australian dollars. And I'm pretty sure they'll probably just give you a key that you put on the Epic Store.
Yeah. How much is it? I'm sorry, when's it coming out?
September 13th, I think.
So many games I want to get. I actually want
That's
to
like
go. Hey?
that's 2 weeks after Classic Web.
I'll probably be waiting then. I'll wait till it comes out on Steam. I think most of everyone here is going to be getting on Steam. I think Dale and Badger and everybody, but saying they'll wait. And Pat won't. He'll get it on Epic as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, Pat's waiting to see if they bring out a PC version of the Diamond Loot Chest, the collector's edition.
Yeah, okay.
The EB Games have had it twice, but they've only announced it on Xbox and PlayStation, so I don't think they actually have a PC version of it, which is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
And that's what he's waiting for, so I don't think he's got it yet, but he will.
Yeah, okay. So is everybody here? I haven't heard Bondi speak, so Bondi, if you've said something, I haven't heard you.
Hello, Daddy.
There you go. Hey. I know that you have the mic troubles every now and then.
Yeah, I'm problematic.
It's not every now and then. Come on.
I still couldn't hear him.
It was 100% at one point.
Oh, I'm kidding. I'm still eating, but I'm happy to start. I'll just turn my camera on once I've finished eating, because it's sticky barbecue ribs.
Oh.
What makes you think we don't want to watch?
Yeah.
I know you want to watch, and I'm not accounting for you.
Yeah, alright. Well, let's start. So, last week, You collected yourselves after battling the cultists and their snakes in the streets. And at that time, you noticed that the town was under attack. Several fires had been started around the town, and you hear screaming and yelling in the distance. You also heard large bell chimes ringing away, and that's when you noticed a wounded guardsman further down the road. When you got closer, you could hear that he was yelling instructions to get across the river and meet at the tavern. And you guys approached him and saw he was wounded and healed his wounds. He was thankful and he asked for your help to assist his fellow guardsmen which he left behind at the guardhouse. And you guys agreed and headed off towards it, sneaking behind some houses to conceal your path. When you arrived, Doderick, peering in from the windows, sees a large ember glowing dog ripping into a deceased guard. Jug suggests that you guys use the conjuring die, and Doderick rolls and casts grease on the dog, knocking him over. And then he follows up by picking a poisoned dagger but missing. The dog then rushed towards you and you all engaged into combat. It landed on Lefner as it come charging around, briefly turning him into a life-size chew toy. But quick thinking, Lefner escaped, his muzzle disappearing in a cloud of mist, reappearing and firing an eldritch blast, causing the dog to vaporize into ash. Your guard friend leads you inside. You discover 2 dead guards at the entrance there, and 2 more wounded guards on the ground, as well as a second deceased guard. You heal them, and to their thanks, you then quickly check the armory in Rebecca's office for supplies, and you ready yourselves to make your way into the tavern. Now, as you were leaving, as the fight ended, there was also the couple of civilians which are sort of hiding behind Anders' desk that sort of appeared as well. So,
Blue explosion!
I rolled the d20 and it was a 21 Darty for loot.
21 for loot?
So, yeah.
Too bad you'd already had looted. Now,
Yeah.
Doderick. So was it Doderick that went through Rebecca's office? Was you? You found
Yeah, with the potion.
The 3 vials. So yeah, you take a taste of all 3. 2 are red and 1 is green. And when you are looking at the green one, actually hold up, I just want to get this 100% correct.
Did you not plan what the potion was?
Not the green one.
Damn it, Darty. That was your job.
I know.
You literally said at the end of the last thing, I'll find out what that is for next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he's gonna have to like fucking die. I say make it the wild magic roll, boom, whatever it is happen.
Okay, so
Make him grow a second head.
looking at the potion, its green liquid is thick and has a scaly texture to it. And at the top of the liquid, there's a green gas which fills the emptiness of the vial.
It's poo. You
Yeah.
drink
It's
poo.
poison.
If you did you taste it? Did you want to taste it? No. Okay.
It looks like poison.
That's what it is.
Being a rogue, would I have a good knowledge of poisons, and would I be able to roll to instantly recognize this if it is a poison?
Yes, you should.
Would he have any immunity to sipping it?
Make a medicine check.
Can I assist him with that?
Okay.
I got a 17.
17. You've seen poisons before, but the scaly texture is foreign to you. You haven't seen that.
All right. Well, I guess given that I know what poisons are like, and this is different, I'll have the taste.
Taste? Okay. So you uncork
You die.
the vial, and the green gas starts to waft out of the top, and you have a quick taste. And it tastes. It doesn't taste like disgusting, or it doesn't taste poisonous, but it's not far from it. The texture is thick, and it's actually hard to sort of move around your mouth. It's sort of almost chunky. And after you pop it in your mouth, just that little bit, you sort of and you puff, and this green gas just sort of comes out of your mouth. There's a small bit, almost like a smoker sort of inhaling and then exhaling. Just a small bit of green comes out.
It's a fucking smoke bomb.
Alright, so it gives me some sort of breath. Anyone know about herbalism, kid?
Hey,
No. Are we around him to see this going on?
yes.
So with my vast knowledge and the Chug's vast healing expertise, not that he ever heals, but you know, would we have any idea what's just happened?
Maybe it's like an antitoxin, some sort of healing thing, antidote.
I'll get you to make a medicine check as well.
I too got 17.
17. You have a look through it, but it does not appear like with your a bit more of a slight more touch into magic. It doesn't appear to be wholly natural.
It's a potion of green dragon.
Hey,
It's a potion of green dragon.
Look at his face. Darling, what you do is you don't admit it,
It
and
is.
you change it.
it is.
It's a scaly texture.
Yeah, you're not supposed to look at it. That's all right. Yes, that is what it is. Your character does not know that is what it is.
You cheating?
He is cheating. He's looking them up, trying to find what matches it.
I was just looking at the potions and it said green dragon, and I was like,
It
that
is-
sounds like this. And then I read the description and
It's actually annoying that when I create a homebrew item, I can't remove that from your searches. So as soon as I build something, I can have a prepared sheet for you guys. When you
Fair
start
sure you
searching-
can, Harder.
I don't think I can.
You just need to import when you've introduced the item.
I probably need to give it a name so it appears at the bottom of the list and just rename it when I give it to you or something like that.
Customize.
all right, I apologize for cheating. That was bad form.
You cheater.
I do not know what the potion is.
He turned it around and says, "Oh, there it is, right on the label."
Yeah, you turn it, it's just written on the back. Poison breath.
All right, well, I pocket the potion
Yeah.
for review.
Is it dawn yet?
No. No. It's about 4:30 in the morning. So you have now 3 guards, all at various woundedness, and you have about half a dozen odd townsfolk in the building as well. The guard that you met on the road says, "Right, we should make our way towards the tavern. Everyone with me?" And he starts to head out. The townsfolk sheepishly and very nervously follow behind.
You guys reckon we should
follow?
follow him, or
I reckon. I reckon we've got to make sure everyone's safe in the tavern. Plus beers.
So I will take you guys back to the world map. So now I need to move there too. So the guards lead everybody out, outside, onto the main road and start immediately heading east along the main road. It is the most brightest. There is lanterns along the road that are lit that give off a dim, very small radius of bright light and a very slightly larger radius of dim light. They do keep towards the side of the road and generally keeping to the shadows where as possible, and they do take a stealthy walk along the way there. They head off. The guards sort of look to you to see if you're following. And he sort of paused and just sort of watching what you're doing. Hasn't said anything though.
I ask how he'd like to help us. Ask to help, sorry.
He said, "Oh, we could use the escort."
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm a bit injured, but I'm in.
I'm very injured, but Chug will march along.
Okay. Alright, so you make your way along the road. Generally, at the moment, I'll get you all to make perception checks as you all move along. And also a stealth check since you are all moving stealthily as well. At the pace of the group.
Nat 20 on perception for me.
I got a nat 1 on perception.
Well, there's two that cancel each other out.
I got a non-natural 20 for perception, and I got a 17 for stealth.
I got a 15 for perception.
I got a 10 for stealth.
12 for stealth.
I got a 3 for stealth.
So the
That's
guards up ahead, they're actually being quite quiet. Same with the townsfolk as well. There is one who's sort of he's a bit clumsier to the others, and he's walking snapping twigs and walking through the bushes and such like that. You're not making a lot of noise, but there is some noise coming from you guys moving along. Then there's you guys following behind the group. A couple of you just move along quite silently, and then there's Chug just conch with his armor, just sort of walking around from behind. It doesn't seem like he's trying to squat down low and to move as quiet as he can, but it's just the grinding of metal or the rustle of chains from his armor as he sort of shifts. And no matter what you try and do, it just seems to radiate this noise. And after a while, you just give up and just walk slowly behind everyone else, just keeping an eye out as best you can.
Half of that noise is Chug's belly. He's grumbling for beer.
Now, you'll get to about where... Oh, hang on. You get a little bit further up the road. And one, you see... Sorry, it's going to let you pop that there. There we are. Just ahead, it's probably 100 feet or so. You can see up on the bridge. There's a fire on the large mansion to the left. You can also see what looks to be a couple of figures on the bridge moving. At this distance, you can't make them out what they are. But as you're sitting there and watching both of these things and just sort of getting an idea, you see a large wagon being pulled from the south towards the north by a very, very large humanoid.
I quietly relate this. Oh, not relate. Pass this on to the guys around and ask their input.
We've beaten trolls before, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, it's more. What do we do? There's
Is
three
this
different things.
the ogre from that goblin, his bouncer or something? Could be worth trying to ally him if that's the same dude.
Oh, you mean
Oh,
from
yeah.
the
When Dodric was in the what was
In the
it?
market?
The Goblin Merchant, and he had that big ogre bouncer or whatever.
I'll get you to make
So-
a history check for me, Fuzzy. Let's see if you can recall.
What is history? 12.
12. It wasn't a goblin, but you do remember it was one of the shorter races.
Ah, he was the gnome salesman, but I was more referring to what his bodyguard was.
Yeah, you're correct. He did have an ogre bodyguard.
Okay.
How
We
big are
could
the
kill him.
flames?
Hey?
We should kill them.
What
Nah.
if we need them?
How
We
big
don't
are
need
the
them.
flames?
I didn't catch what you said again. Sorry, Fuzzy was just talking.
I said we should kill them.
No, we're ignoring you. Out of the flames, how big are they on the building?
It looks like it's engulfed most of the mansion. It's quite large. The biggest flame and very like an incredibly bright light in the distance.
Cool, so we ain't put that out. Any of the nearby buildings in danger?
Not immediately on the left and right side of the road, from between you and the houses. You can see a couple other bright lights of burning homesteads in the distance. There's one or two to your left. There's also one towards the entrance to your right, and then there's a couple of others across the river that you can see.
Can we hear any people needing help or screaming?
I'll get you to make a perception check. Now, while this is happening, the guards in front of you, there's get move, and they're trying to move the civilians to the side of the road and get them out of sight.
I got a 21.
21.
Not 20.
You can you have a good listen. You don't hear any screams coming from behind, but you do hear like screaming and sort of a lot of shouting coming from the bridge.
Right, so I reckon we should ignore Dodger, attempt to communicate with the ogre, see if it's a friendly. If not, shank it, steal the loot.
Okay, one thing I want to bring up with the group. Now, this ogre that was a possible like bouncer for the jeweler, I was informed by the farmer that the jeweler is a very bad man and was responsible for the death of Rebecca's father. And I was asked to assassinate him. So if this happens to be the jeweler, we should get rid of him.
Why didn't you do it?
Job needs evidence.
We need evidence because we've got the town guard with us. It's good to say it, but they're gonna.
So we kill the guard.
What if we provoke an attack? Or
Yeah, that could work.
Or we befriend them, and then once the guard's out of sight, sneak attack.
I think we
What?
still play them to our team as much as we can.
If we
Try and get them to
to-
help us on the bridge, and if it turns out they're evil, we just kill them on the bridge.
Deal
That
with
could
him
work.
while he's wounded.
Let's talk to these people.
Yeah, because we've
Right.
got significant numbers right now, so they either help us on the bridge or they accidentally die.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to be the talker? Did anyone actually talk to him?
I vote one. He's the least injured of all of us.
I'm not injured at all. It's
You
not
can
least
also-
injured. I'm uninjured.
You can perform. You can perform magically for them.
Yeah. All right.
Job picks up one and then walks towards the ogre, holding one as a shield.
I yell out to the ogre, "Hey, lucky we found you. Quick, we need your help on the bridge. We'll help you get your stuff to wherever it needs to go after." Sounded like a good thing to say, but Darty's asleep.
Sorry, just making.
Texting his girlfriend or some shit.
No.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a couple of notes as we go along to help me sort of remember what you guys do during the sessions and such. It just took me a little bit longer to sort of catch up.
Lie.
Apologies. I did think I was listening, but I did think that you guys were talking amongst yourselves still. So, what are you saying to who?
I said an amazingly witty thing to try and get him to help us on the bridge.
To who?
The ogre.
The ogre. All right.
We
So,
decided,
so you're going up. You're approaching the ogre.
yeah, we're going, quick, help us on the bridge. The people need help.
Okay. You move closer, and I'll get you to make a perception check, please. Again, as you move
I'm gonna
closer.
fucking die. This is like their rug, isn't it? Fuck's sake. Perception 21.
21.
We're going good at this, guys. Fucking hell.
You do get closer. You see that it is indeed an ogre pulling the cart. What you see is the ogre is actually dressed in like war armor, like just metal armor, and just spikes and such protruding out all over it, as it's just got this giant chain as it just drags this sort of metallic cart as well along behind it. On the cart, you can see cages of people. They are, for the most part, fairly quiet. There's a couple just sort of saying, please help, but they're very quiet whimpers and such like that. You get a good idea that these people have been severely injured and there's not much fight sort of left in them. With your perception roll of 21, you also see two pairs of legs walking on the far side of the cart.
Cool. I cast Minor Illusion and go, ogre, come here now. And light the people on fire with my Minor Illusion.
Okay. I'll get you.
Obviously trying to boss him around.
Have we established it's not the same ogre?
Well, he's covered in war armor, and he's got slaves, so I couldn't care less right now.
It's probably not the merchant.
Yeah.
So you cast. So are you actually screaming out and saying anything to the ogre as you're doing this?
Yeah, ogre, come here! And I wave my hand as I cast a spell. Get rid of these stupid slaves. Come here now. And I pretendly light them on fire. Cast a prestidigitation in there just for some fucking smoking effect.
Intelligence check. Ogres are
I'd
dumb.
like to say I'm trying to deceive him that I am something I'm not. I obviously trying to play off as a cultist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get you to make a deception check.
Ooh, I get +6 for this one. It's been a while. I've been sitting there going, come on. Not a 2, not a 2. That's a 9. 15.
15. So now, just so I understand a little bit what you've done, have you run ahead of everybody else? Have you sort of brought everybody else with you?
I went out ahead of everyone. I have no idea what they said they were doing because they didn't. But you said the guards were pushing everyone to the side.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming my little band of people behind me consists of just us 4 and guards off to the.
I'm not too far behind.
Okay. So the ogre sort of turns around and goes, "What?" And he looks at the cart and he just sees that everyone's sort of on fire. But he goes, "Oh no!" And he's trying to sort of just come up and he's just trying to gently pat through the flames at the moment to try and stop it. He goes, "No, need people."
I shout at him and say, I tell you what you need. Come here. And I cast Vicious Mockery and I insult him.
Okay.
But he doesn't realize I've actually cast a spell on him. He just literally gets hurt by my words if he fails his wisdom check. That's my play here is I'm going to call him, I'm going to wound him internally by mocking him. I call him a shitty fucking ogre. And I say, come here.
Okay.
Guys, by the way, we're about to be in a fight, and I'm gonna get beaten on real quick. So,
why are you trying to fight him as a cultist?
I'm trying to see if I can get him to listen to us and do what I say, and pretend that I'm just killing the people off, which I'm obviously not.
All right.
But he
What's
has shown
what's his friend doing? Because he was walking with someone else, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I assume he sees the beatdown I'm giving the
What?
ogre. Has he walked around yet?
I'm about to get to that. So what? You cast Vicious Mockery immediately afterwards. What is
Yep.
the DC he needs to roll?
He's 14 wisdom.
14 wisdom. He fails.
He takes 1d4 psychic damage.
Okay.
Do you reckon I can kill him without getting in combat?
1d4. No.
Yeah, it'll take a while. 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay.
And then I keep shouting at him. I'm demanding he comes and obeys what I say. You know, we've got another plan, you stupid fucking fool.
So as you're sort of shouting at him, the 2 figures walk around from behind and they immediately shout at the ogre as well. You idiot! What are you doing? The ogre's like, I have to put it out. He's like, "Ugh," he's sort of gritting his teeth from the psychic assault that you followed up with. And then the first figure, which you can see is, very familiar to you guys, is the hooded sort of cultist. He points out and goes, "It's not real, you stupid thing!" And he, he does cast a spell on the ogre to sort of punish him, but because you got into this so damn fast, I don't have any of the stat blocks up, so just give me 2 seconds. I was sort of expecting you guys to take it a little bit slower.
Nah. Just full in.
Nah,
Bit
just straight
stupid.
in.
Probably gonna get us killed.
We're outside.
Oh,
We shiv an ogre.
Hey, Jonah, how many spell slots you got?
That's a fat 0.
So you can't do Dishonest Whispers?
No,
And
I
make
wish I
one of the
could.
cultists run away screaming? Because I can light that fucker on fire on the way out.
Alright, so the first... Oh, no, I don't have him there. Sorry, I got the wrong one.
While you're doing that, it depends. Are you about to do something? I want to yell at the cultists to try and impose my, dominance over the ogre.
The cultist sort of, he comes out and he just sort of points his hand, like his palm, and this bright light begins to emanate from his hand. And what's his spell DC? Sorry. Yeah. So this bright light comes from his hand, and there's just this huge beam of radiant light just sort of washes over the ogre. He goes, "Ah!" And you just hear thud thud and this massive rattle of metal as he takes a step back from the cart. Chug, you recognise that he's just cast a sacred flame onto him.
I
Now
yell
the
out.
second
Okay.
figure has come out, and he just sort of stands there. So you've got the ogre at the center of the cart, which was he was trying to put it out. The hooded figure wandered around from the left, and the other figure has wandered back around from the right. And this one, he's sort of wearing these torn pants that are sort of shredded, a few chains around his waist. He's got his bare chest, which is scarred, like these huge gashes of scars coming out. And he's just built like a brick shit house. He's just muscly as. And he has these 2, very impromptu hand axes. They're not clean and neat. This is like almost a bent bit of wood with this incredibly spiky sort of axe on both sides coming off this splint of wood. And he just sort of stands there and observes and doesn't say anything. I will get you all to roll initiation.
Can you bring up a map on Roll20 with the area?
I can, yes.
Thank you.
Are we still allowed to yell things? Because I'd like to yell, "Oh God, help me subdue this man. He's trying to thwart our plans."
So my best map, I don't have a sort of straight road, so this is going to have to be the best one for you. Maybe use that one. That might be the better one. So give me a second, I just gotta find a couple of tokens. I will drag you guys onto here so you can see.
Deja vu, I think we've been down this road before.
So we just imagine it's a long straight road without the side bits.
So you guys would be more towards the back at the moment.
Am I more up close or?
Actually, sorry, give me a second. Right. I wonder if I can flip it in here. Okay.
Ah!
Whoa.
We broke the fourth wall.
You did. Ah,
Looks
it didn't,
exactly the
it
same.
didn't flip. That's awful.
We can just come in from the other side and say it's an upside down map. There's no biggie.
Yeah.
North is south.
Can I? That. There you go. I can just right click and do it. Cool.
Now add the cart because it stopped moving.
I think that'll do.
So guys, Dottie, you're not allowed to listen. Talking secret talk. My
Yeah.
plan is make the dude that just attacked him look like a town guard and force the ogre to attack him and then try and deal with crazy barbarian guy who's going to murder us without getting the hostages killed.
So who are you making look like a town guard?
The guy who just... so I'm going to cast minor illusion and put some armor on him or some shit, right? And then ogre, who just got fucking fire blasted in the eyes from him, right? I'm gonna try and make him attack him, so those two deal with each other, hopefully, so we don't have to.
How do you know that he's interested in fighting a town guard?
Yeah, he might be willing.
He's
to change
taking
sides.
slaves. Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Oh, I don't care. Oh, do we try and change his side? No, but I've just pretended to be one of his people.
Well, again, like, what makes you think that he's with the cultists?
Because he's got two cultists with him, and he took a bunch of hostages.
The ogre has two
Stealing.
cultists with him.
That's the two dudes that were with. Why are you listening?
Well, no, I was,
forget-
but I knew there were two other, like a hooded figure, and
Yeah,
he was with
Johnny
someone
said
else, but
he
I didn't know we
recognized them as
established that it was a
cultists.
cult.
One's a cultist, and the other's the bare-chested, axe-flower, muscly. I'm siding with the fact that he's very stupid, and he's going to hold anger against those who are hurting him. He already knows the cultist is hurt. If we pretend to help the ogre, say we want to help you help us, he might realize we can help him fight the magic and
Yeah.
heal him.
Because ogre's stupid.
Yes. So you might not even need to turn him into the other guard, and we don't really want him to attack the guards later on.
Yeah, true.
Up to you, Wand.
Well, I only got a 13, so lots of shit's gonna happen before I get my go.
Dude, I got a 3.
Wow.
DM, you ready?
Yeah. I'm just quickly just
Bite
marking
me.
down. Bite you. Cool. Dodric dies.
A hammer falls from the sky and hits me right in the head.
Have you guys seen Spider-Man?
Not yet.
Yep.
Is it worth seeing at the movies?
Yep.
Considering I like the first one.
Yeah, we gotta go see that one.
Very much.
Yeah, I'll go see it.
I haven't used this stat block before. Alright, so what were your initiative rolls?
13.
I got 3.
11.
16.
Dodric 16. That's better.
Oh, Dodric, we need to get you a blow dart thing with poison. You can use that shit from stealth
Yeah, that'd be cool.
and get your like massive sneak attack bonus still.
Devay's got a blow dart in her game. She loves it.
Maybe our gnome friend can help us. At the shop.
We have a gnome friend?
One at the shop. He
You
told
said
me
he's
a poison.
evil.
No, you said the ogre was evil.
I have no idea what's going on.
I was saying not the ogre, but the jeweler that he worked with.
Yep. Ooh, I got a roll for the guards too.
And the civilians, they're on our team.
I should actually do for them too. That'd be okay.
Guys have a plan. Pick up the cultist and throw it down the well.
Oh, perfect idea.
Cool. I have an order. All right. So the ogre, he sort of just regales in this sort of damage in the bright lights. Like, "Oh!" He's sort of recomposing himself, but he doesn't sort of act straight up. Dodric, it's your turn. He's just sort of still blinded and holding his eyes and just sort of stumbling around.
All right. Are all these trees that I can see actually there from Iron Bridge?
We're not up to the bridge yet. We're at the crossroads before the bridge.
All right. So the trees are there.
Yes, the trees and such are there. For all purposes, the terrain decorations are in the way.
I would like to use my bonus action to dash, and I want to dash up this tree over here.
Yep.
And I want to attempt to stealth with my action.
Sure. I'll get your roll of stealth check, please.
21.
21. Cool. You silently move along the side of the house and make your way up the tree. The tree is quite solid. It's not overly tall, maybe 20 foot tall or so. It's one of the smaller trees around here, but you do get a decent way up into the tree without making much of a sound.
I hate your boots.
Next was one.
I yell out, "Why would you attack him like that?" and shoot him with the crossbow.
Which one are you shooting?
I assume it's this guy here.
Alright, so that's the
on
bare
the
chested
fire?
one. The one up the top.
Oh. Alright, I shoot the one at the top. "Why would you do that to him?" and shoot him.
Okay. Roll attack.
A forgot I'm no good at crossbows. Fucking 7. Motherfucker plus what?
So off it goes. The crossbow goes
7
wide.
plus 4, yeah. 11.
Yeah,
Fucking bullshit.
goes wide. He hadn't noticed you, and now suddenly this bolt just sort of whizzes by, and he's sort of looking and sees. He goes, "Intruders!" Well, not intruders, but get them.
How had he not noticed? I was yelling.
He was focused on the ogre still at that point. Chug, you're up.
Chuck will remove. Are we playing scale as accurate?
Hey?
Is the ruler accurate?
Yeah.
Chug runs up to here. And I yell out to the ogre. Ogre, we help you. Help us. Defeat cult.
Alright. Yeah. You doing anything else? Yep.
Yeah, so do I do that? I'm just so in like an intimidating manner. So my speech is.
Well, that's your choice. You can choose to be intimidating here, or you can try and be more.
I want to try and
calm.
be more persuasive.
Persuasive. Alright, get your roll persuasion check, please.
Oh, it was a 20, then rolled up. 15.
15?
Yep.
Yeah, you shout out at him, but the ogre has still got his back towards you, and he doesn't seem to have moved in a way that makes you feel that he's understood you.
He's too stupid to fucking comment, isn't he?
I read him all, but I don't do anything.
Okay. Now the civilians, they are going to, sort of seeing what's going on, they're going to do their best to sort of huddle up against the wall down the bottom here. The guards were like, "What are you doing?" And they just sort of step forward, like a little bit in disbelief that you guys are sort of rushed out and attacked. But they just wanted to play it a bit more safe. But they do move a little bit closer, sort of preparing what's going on. The cultist, having seen you one now, and everyone else sort of emerging out from the road and coming his way, he screams at the ogre, "Attack them, you fool!" And then he is going to cast Shield of Faith on top of the ogre. So he waves his hand, and this blue shimmering force field sort of appears around the ogre briefly and then sort of vanishes. Next is Lefner.
Alright, so none of the cultists have moved.
Not yet.
Alright, well, I am going to use Eldritch Blast on the far cult, since he seems to be a spell weaver and I don't like it. 16.
16. Sorry, what were you doing?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. That hits. Roll damage.
5 damage.
5 damage. That was at the one at the bottom, yeah?
No, the far one, the one.
Oh, one at the back?
Yeah, this one, the one who's doing all the magic and trying to convince the ogre to fight.
Yep, cool. So like this bolt just sort of fly off, and it just sort of strikes him in the shoulder, and he just sort of recales back with the force.
Okay, and then I will just move just to position myself behind the wall of flesh in front of me.
Okay. the other guy, the bare-chested one with the axe at the bottom, he sort of steps out, and now you sort of see that across his lips they're sort of sewn shut, and he sort of, sort of scowls underneath these stitches, and it sort of pulls at his mouth, and you just hear he just bolts towards one because you're the closest. Actually, what's his? Yeah, so he's just going to use his dash action and just bolt straight into one. Next up is the ogre. He's going to turn, and then with this huge thud, 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 sort of charges towards Chug. And with this huge club, he just pulls it up and then comes swinging back down on top of you. But he just sort of comes down onto the side and just completely misses you. But you just feel the ground just shake violently as it slams in beside you. Dodrick, it's your turn.
I'm gonna leap from the tree down onto the ogre and stab at him with my swords.
He has spiky armor.
Okay. Roll attack.
I'm got good dexterity. Do I get advantage from surprise? Oh, stealth?
Yes. You haven't been seen, so yes.
Natural 20.
Nice. Roll damage.
It's been a long time since we had a nat 20 of damage.
Yeah. So I rolled a 2, and so I double that to become 4 because it's a crit.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
And then I get +5 for the weapon, so that gives me 9 damage for that.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my sneak attack.
Okay.
To do the extra 2d6 damage to one creature that I hit. So that would be 5 damage.
So for 14 total?
Yep, and then I'm going to attack him again with my 2-weapon fighting.
Yep, roll attacks again.
And I still get advantage?
Yes.
Not that great. That is 10 to hit.
10?
Yeah.
Misses with the second one. So you come coming out of the tree, just falling on top of him, but he's heavily armored, and your offhand just sort of clangs against the steel armor, but your main hand you manage to get it right in between the helmet and the shoulder and dig it deep into his neck. You rip it out and blood just sort of pours out. He goes, "Rah!" He sort of drops his club as he tries to, grab at you and fend you off in pain. And yeah, that's what you do. And are you standing on top of him, or you dropping down?
Drop down behind him,
Okay.
with the intention of someone being on both as I put onto the Roll20 map.
Yeah, nice. All right. 1, your turn.
Alright, so if I disengage, that's my action gone, isn't it?
Yes.
Unless you can use it as your bonus.
Not like a fucking rogue. That'd be useful as shit, though. I instead. I use dissonant whispers.
Yep.
On the dude in front of me.
Okay.
I'm all like, oh, get out of me. I don't get to choose what happens there, do I? Cool. Yeah, that's what I do. He needs to 14 wisdom save.
He fails.
Then he uses his reaction to move as far as his speed allowed.
Cool. Well, yeah, he gets up really close to you, like, you know, grinning, sorry, not grinning, but grimacing with, like, menace and anger, and he's just about to leap at you, and you just sort of quickly mutter this spell, and his facial expression completely stops, fear sees his eyes, and he just turns and bolts. And so he goes back 30 feet.
Cool. And he takes 3d6 damage on the way.
Yeah, cool.
So 6 plus 5 plus 4.
Damn.
15.
15 damage, nice.
And just because I know he can move 35 feet. Wait, is that as far as he can move?
I should go one more, sorry. He goes 30 feet. He used his dash.
He dashed
Yeah.
to you.
He's dashed to get to me. Alright. And I'm all like, ah! And back up to about. He looks good. I don't want to be,
sure.
me.
As he turned and run, you swear you saw like blood coming out of his ears and such. Alright, next is Chug.
If I dash, that would trigger a reaction from the ogre, would that? If I went through him? Or if I did it at all?
You want to dash through him.
I want to slide under his legs and go for the cultist without getting hit.
I'll get you to make an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? I'm already on -1.
Considering you are wearing plate armor.
Can I decide to disengage instead?
You can disengage and just go straight past, yeah.
Yep, I'll do that instead.
Okay. Sure.
So I'll yell at the ogre first. We help you, ogre. Help us. And then I disengage and run over here somewhere.
Okay. You're doing your full movement?
I think that's it. May as well.
Yeah, you got one more.
Oh, do you get 35 movement, Fuzzy?
You're back one, Fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't quite make it there. Cool. You got a bonus action or anything in that? Or are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, so the civilians are just going to stay where they are. The guards are now going to, sort of seeing what you guys are doing and jumping on the ogre, they're going to now attempt to do the same. And so with the ruler, I think they're all within range. Yeah, so they're effectively going to swamp this ogre, and they are each going to take 2 attacks.
Go, my minions.
Shield wall.
First one hits with 1. He drives his long sword into a fleshy part between the armor around his waist.
Thank God he dropped his club, because I feel he would have swept them all away.
The second one makes his 2 attacks. He hits with both. He sort of just cuts and slashes around the knees. And the third one is going to make his attack. The first one clangs against the armor, but he does drive the longsword or his longsword through as well. And the ogre just screams and howls in pain as these tiny little men just swarm around him and just start cutting at his legs. And he sort of drops down to all one knee under the pressure of it all. Now the cultist that's near Fuzzy, near Chug, he's going to cast a spell, and in your head you hear, "Kill your friends." And I want you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yay, that's my best one. Oh no, it's not. Eight.
8. You fail. And on your... I'll just double check that I've got this correct. So you have to follow the command on your next turn, attacking the closest person.
Which is him.
Hey, no, attack your friends. So turn around.
I thought it was a one-word command.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it.
Oh, shit.
That's if he's using that spell. They get to break the rules every now and then.
Oh shit. How good would command be with 2 words?
Could you cast minor illusion on me to think the cultist is what? I guess you wouldn't know that I've been commanded.
Left
Yeah.
It's your turn.
It's my go.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, so I am going to just move the cultist, and he's going to hide partially behind the wagon.
What a pansy. Alright. Okay, well, with that, how injured is the ogre looking?
He's looking pretty cut.
Could be drunk. Alright. With the 2-hand dead pulley guy, I am going to use an Eldritch Blast on him.
Okay.
18.
18. So that was on the cultist again.
That's on the
Oh,
not the cultist, the type.
The other one.
Slinger.
This
Ah.
one.
Bare chesty.
There, Jesse. Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
8 damage.
Nice. So you fly another Eldritch blasting him square in the back, and he falls flat on his face and sort of skittles across the ground as he attempts to bolt away and falls prone. Are you doing anything else?
I will move a tiny bit away, just to sort of help the civilians and say, "Hey, I'm still here to protect."
Yeah, cool. The bare-chested guy, he gets up very slowly, and from the wagon, he reaches, grabs a crossbow, turns around, and fires it at one. Actually, no, he'll return fire to. What? Sort of breaking it. Yeah, he'll shoot at one. I'll go with what I said. To start with.
Am I covered because of the guards in the middle?
Well, that'll depend on his action. Actually, no. He just shoots straight at the guard. So he'll do that. Hits.
So what's he using?
Crossbow.
From the
He
wagon.
was holding axes.
Yeah, he's pulled it out of the wagon.
Oh.
So he strikes the closest guardsman, and it just pierces deep as this giant bolt from this huge crossbow sort of skewers him, and he just falls down and then like a loud scream of pain. He doesn't move.
Good fodder.
It is the ogre's turn next. And he's going to do his best to grab or grapple one of the guardsmen. He does. So he grabs the guardsman with both hands, picks him up, and then just flings him a good 15, 20 feet back through the air. And you just hear the guardsman like a little like crunch. You hear a couple of bones break.
So he goes. Nah, I'm not gonna save him.
Hey,
I was gonna burn a spell slot to feather falling. Is my reaction. No.
no.
Ah, guys, what do you reckon? I'm running out of spell slots.
Let him die.
Fair fodder.
What was that?
You got thrown? I thought it was Dodrick, not a guardsman.
No, God. I've got
He
3
hasn't
slots left.
He hasn't really seen Dodrick. Dodrick sort of, he knows he's there, but his focus would be on these other ones.
Save him. We've already lost one.
So he just lands immediately to your side. One, you just hit, and he just sort of hits the dirt. He is still breathing. Next is Dodrick. It's your turn.
I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna like. Yeah, I'm just gonna like stab at him with my sword.
Okay, roll attack.
18.
18, that hits. Roll damage.
Uh, 8 damage there, and then I'm going to do my sneak attack. Which gives me another 8, so 16 damage.
Yes.
Then I'm going to go for my second attack.
Yep.
18.
That hits. Roll damage.
That's 8 damage. So total 24, right?
That's huge. So you just full on just start hacking into the back of this ogre. You find like underneath the on the back of his legs and such, they are completely exposed, and you just hack into them, carving out as much flesh as you possibly can. The ogre just screams in pain. He tries to reach back, but he can't. And as he falls forward, he sort of rolls off in place, and then he makes a real clumsy lunge at you before collapsing to the side, and this sort of big heap of blood just sort of gushing out everywhere.
So you take out an ogre. I got movement now, yeah, too.
You do.
Of the two, which one looks worse for wear?
The bare-chested guy looks pretty bad.
I'm going to go for the caster.
Okay,
So I'm there.
cool. Next is one.
I move to here. How far is that? Give me a sec. Yeah, I move to here and I cast Vicious Mockery on, Matrix guy. And I go, Neo's lips looked better. Yeah. He needs to do a 14 wisdom save.
He fails. I rolled so many threes
You-
tonight.
You guys ready for this 1d4 damage? 2.
Love it.
But he's got disadvantage on his next attack.
Does he fall prone with vicious mockery?
Nah.
Just
It's
disadvantage.
there for the disadvantage.
you just see him behind his tied lips like it just sort of this grin, this messed up grin. Chug, you're up.
And I'm moving and then attacking the nearest frenemy. Am I?
Yes, nearest friend.
How committed does he have to be to that?
Very committed. Like in his head, he's doing what he thinks is right, so he wouldn't hold back or pull punches.
Are you saying that Chug's going to hit me?
Yep.
That's disappointing. That's going to hurt. He's a big orc. I'm a little half.
So if I have to move next to Dodd
Yep.
Evade.
and I have to attack him,
Yep. Roll attack.
I can't change my weapon before I attack him.
Nope.
He's clumsy and stupid. He'll miss.
15.
Wait, Daddy, am I
You
allowed
missed.
to... Oh, so he missed.
You missed?
Yeah.
Alright.
My AC is 16.
Nice.
God damn.
How the fuck do you have that much AC? What the fuck?
Dexterity's high.
Yeah, he's got.
Technically, it's
on
dodging,
dex.
not arm.
I get
I got a
plus
10
8
plus my
stealth.
5.
How good is that?
That's a Chug just walks over and you just see there's this anger in his eyes and he just comes up and goes, whoa, swings this mace. But you manage to move out of the way and just dodge it.
Does that end the command
It does.
on me?
It's only for that turn. After
Can
swinging,
I-
you come to your realization. But it's the end of your turn. You can't really do anything really.
I can't move an extra 5 feet.
No.
Oh.
What's up?
Chokes
good
are
where you are.
sorry.
He'll give me a sneak attack by standing there.
That's all. That's right.
That was my hope, as long as I missed.
Yeah, that's fine. That's right.
Hey Fuzz, you could have secretly made it an attack on everyone, even the bad guys, by doing your big stompy thing, knocking everyone to the ground.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, I had to attack him.
Yeah, but you could have made that part of your attack. Because you wanted to kill him and knock him over, so you could beat on him better next round.
Maybe.
Which would have been a stealth attack on everyone.
Hey, realistically, how close are we to
One of
level
the
5?
first goes right or come in.
Look at our
Not
stuff. We're about halfway through the level.
not quite halfway.
Sorry, guys. It was. Yeah, it's the end of Chug's turn. So the civilians are going to stand where they are. The guards are now going to. Well, the first guard actually, he's going to get himself back up. He's just going to move very, very slowly back towards his friend. He's going to come back to here. He's like, is he okay? And the second guard's just going to start looking and trying to resuscitate him in any way.
I thought it would be the other one. The one that was thrown.
The one that was
Probably
thrown
makes
has
it
just
or
sort of walked back. He wasn't
Yeah.
killed. The one that was effectively untouched, he sort of jumped out like, no, don't die, and he's just trying to
Okay.
pick him back up.
Right.
So that's the guard's turn there. The cultist near you guys, he is going to cast. So Dodrick, he reaches for you, goes to put a hand on you.
And he misses.
Rolls an attack,
He's gonna punch you.
and that is a 20 to hit.
Ooh. gone so long without taking any damage.
And you take 18 damage as your flesh starts to decay and burst into pustules and such. You just feel everything burn on you.
That's not fair. I step out.
And
Is it for vanishing
sort of
dust?
grins and goes, "Hurts, doesn't it?" And he just sort of grips and holds onto you. I'd also like you to make a strength check for me too, please, as he attempts to grapple you.
Six.
You manage to pull his hand off. So you pull out of his grip.
Really?
Roll the fucking 2.
That goes way. I kind of like look at him and I laugh a little bit, like that's pathetic.
Next is left.
Kind of
Your turn.
like vicious mockery, but not. Roll for insult.
Alright, well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing best. With the guy who's now trying to laugh but can't because he's got no mouth, I'm going to Eldritch Blast him again.
Yep, roll attack.
17,
That hits, roll damage.
10.
10. This time, you throw another Eldritch Blast and hit him square in the face, and his whole body just sort of buckles and does like a mid-somersault and lands on his neck and into the ground and then flop. He doesn't move.
Yeah. Now that's 2 things you can't do. You can't walk and you can't talk. And I will... will I move up a bit? No, I will stay where I am.
Okay. Dodrick, it's now your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a slash at this guy in front of me, and I want to target like his eyes and his face, and I want to try and kind of stun him. Like if I hit him in the eye, maybe he'll have a few seconds of not being able to see properly.
Okay, roll attack.
Nine.
9. You go for your slash, and he just sort of ducks out, sort of smiling back at you. So, not so fast.
I don't like this guy. I take another swing.
All right.
14.
14. Take another swing. It just misses, like you graze across the armor and get him a bit close. And you caught him by surprise this time. He doesn't make another snide comment back.
All right, I'm gonna use. Oh, damn it! That would be a disengage. I don't have it anymore.
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to stand there and that's it.
1, it's your turn.
So is that cart thing blocking them entirely?
He would be, to you, considered about 3/4 cover.
Alright. This guy here, is he dead? Or is he dead?
Hard to tell. At a glance, hard to tell.
I'd like to go try and rescue him.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
Oh, man.
You two can't kill one dude. Like, I don't want to brag, but me and Jonah have killed everything.
It's just an NPC guard. Who cares about him?
Yeah, but the more we have, the more we can use later to bring to Rebecca, and the more we can
Alright,
use to
support
stop them up.
We get XP for doing good things.
I guess you to make a
And my
medicine
character
check.
good.
You get there, he's not moving.
Do I get a... I asked the guard what he thinks, what's wrong, to try and get a bit of help to medicine there.
That's the guard. He's sort of trying to sort of wake him up. As you get there, he sort of just takes a step back.
Damn, he's useless. I was trying for advantage, damn it,
And
darling.
he sort of
Damn
lashes
it.
out at you. He goes, "Why did you get us into this?"
Because we're trying to save those people. I don't know what your job is, but we're here to save people. And I look at him with disgust, and I just rolled a 19 plus medicine is 21.
21. So the medicine, he's just sort of already said that he's gone. If you would like to do that check still. Yep. So.
Yeah, I want to see if, like, I don't care if I heal him or not. I just want to not die.
He's dead.
Like, stabilize. Did you say he's gone? Damn it.
But your comments, I'll get you to make an intimidation check.
He was 2 days away from
A day away
8
from
plus,
getting his pension.
so 14.
14. Your words sort of cut into him, and he sort of recomposes himself a little bit and becomes very sheepish, but he stands up. And it gives you like a bit of a nod as well. You got a little bit more movement if you want to use that. Otherwise, it's probably your turn.
How far did I move already? Where did I start? Out here?
Yeah. You can probably go another square.
Sweet. Alright. Yeah, I get in up here. So I've burnt everything I have there.
Yep. Chug, your turn.
Alright. Chug moves here. And do I attack him or do I attack the ground? How hard did you hit before, Dodrick, and you missed? Wasn't it?
14.
The crate is full of barely living people, right?
Yeah, if I knock them prone, they won't do anything.
Does it not do damage?
No. Just knocks them prone.
Nah, say try and... Oh, you can just grapple him to the ground. He's shit at strength, remember? True. Oh, no, that just means he rolled poor. I say you try and knock him to the ground. Just grapple him. Hit him off. And then Dodger can use him as a fucking pincushion with advantage.
Yep. Alright, Chug will jump at him and grapple him to the ground.
Alright, I'll get you to make a strength check, please.
Yeah, I'm good at that. 17.
No. Oh, actually. Sorry. 17. So you just dive onto this cultist, and he was just totally focused with Dodrick, not seeing this giant half-orc just come tearing over the side of the wagon. And you catch him completely by surprise and literally dive and just smush him into the ground, and you're both now laying prone as you've now got him sort of grappled.
Does he take any fall damage from me?
No. So that's your turn? Yep. Yep, okay. The civilians, with sort of the immediate threat disappearing, they're just going to sort of just pop up and see if they can peer around the trees and watch what's going on. They're just sort of whispering to themselves, and they see that the fight's going well for you guys, so they're not too scared. Yeah. Next, the guards are going to run up and try and help you guys. Now, 40, so they're both going to dash to get around and try and surround this particular guy here.
Kick the cultist, not the orc.
Next up is the cultist, and he's going to try and wrestle. Actually, no. You're holding him, and this mist. as
Goddamn spellcaster.
He stole your spell. That's what you get. You can't do cool things because then Dada gets ideas.
appears on the side there, and he turns and bolts towards the river and the bridge. Now, off the side of this map, the river is not far away, maybe 100 to 150 feet where the bridge is.
I pop an arrow at it.
Is it your guy?
Lefter, you get to go next.
So is where he is.
He's about
Exactly.
another 25 feet off the edge. I've just left him there. I can't actually push him
Okay.
any further.
So if I draw this, which is 115, you're saying he's 130 away?
140. Another 25.
140. Yeah, I can math good. Okay. Alright, so I should be alright to move there.
Yep.
Yeah. I can move one more, can't I?
Yep.
Or was I back there? I was back there. Okay, so I can move there. Eldritch Blast has a range of 120. I'm good?
Well, that should be in range then.
You're right on the edge.
Cool. In that case, I try and Eldritch Blast him as he's running away.
Alright, roll attack.
21.
That hits. Roll damage.
9.
So, you let off another Eldritch Blast. Your shots have been on point, and you just strike him in the back as he's running away. You don't knock him over, but you see him take the hit. Dodrick, it's your turn next. So that was 8 damage, did you say?
9. 9 damage.
I throw a dagger at his knee.
Alright. I'll get you, because you're targeting a certain point, I will raise
Yep.
the AC just a little bit.
Well, I got 24.
You don't just, graze this dagger. The dagger just full on whack right into the back of the knee. I'll get you to roll damage.
1.
You needed a DC of 19 to make that hit.
Jesus.
No. 5 damage.
5 damage. As you set this knife and just has this lovely little curve and just strikes true. And you're absolutely amazed that this shot pulled off. And you can't just sort of help but stifle a grin as the cultist just sort of just falls onto the ground. Ah! He's screaming. He's trying to rip the dagger out of his knee. 1, it's your turn.
I can.
Oh, sorry.
I haven't done it in a while, but can I use my second attack with a dagger?
You can. He is prone, so it will be at disadvantage because he is now laying ground.
What?
That's just,
Sorry, why will it be disadvantage?
ranged attacks on prone targets are at disadvantage.
Ah.
I just ran up to him.
It's something that I forget to do. So
He's too far away for me to dash. Look, I'm going to try it anyway. May as well.
Yep.
I got a 1, but I'm lucky. So that doesn't count. I got 12.
12. So you let go of the other dagger and it just sort of skids off and lands down the road just beside him.
Bullshit!
Use up all your good aim on that first one. 1, it's your turn.
Alright.
Did you? Sorry.
So-
Dodrick, did you want to move at all? You're just gonna stand where you are.
I suppose he's prone. Yeah, we'll move.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool. All right, one.
I moved to where I just put my dude. So how far is he from there? He's dropped
another-
exactly where he was running, yeah?
He's dropped where he was. He's done 25 feet off the edge. So just add 25.
Yeah, nice and close. So
70.
5, 50, 70, easy. Alright. So we'll yelling at him and asking him use up my turn, my action.
It sort of depends. You can briefly interact with someone.
I say surrender or we'll kill you.
That would be your turn because you'd be waiting for a response.
Alright, I don't want to do that then. Alright, since I'm not going to hit with a fucking arrow, I cast Vicious Mockery on 60 feet. No, I can't do that, can I? No, I can't do that.
He's 65 feet away from me.
Yeah, instead, I turn it into a dash and go another 30 feet.
Okay. Chug, you're up.
Go dash it. Or do I have to get up?
You are prone on the ground.
Alright, I get up, so that's 15.
Yep.
And then dash the last 15, so that becomes 30.
30. Yep. Okay. So after you run, the civilians are just going to sort of mosey up just a little bit closer once again. The guards are also, they're just going to, seeing that you're giving chase in the last one, they're now going to start tending to the people in the wagon. And just move around and just start trying to see if they can open the cages and such, and just checking to see how many people are there and what's going on. The last cultist, he's going to get back up. For all intents and purposes, I'm just going to put him here on the road. He is 30 feet away from this particular location. So, Chug, you would need to use 30 feet to get to him where you are. Dodrick and 35. He...
He's gonna cast Purify Food and Drink.
is going to look at Dodrick, and you'll hear the words, "Kill your friends." And can you make a wisdom save as he gets up and tries to limp further away?
You cut out when you were saying the word.
He says to, like Chug, kill your friends.
Wisdom save.
Yes.
So I roll a d20.
Yes.
Just get a 14 or higher. You'll be fine.
I got 10.
That's
10.
14 or higher.
So you sort of stop, and no, it isn't the cultists that's the enemies. Chug, he swung at you. He's the one that you've been wanting to attack. You know, he's been stopping you from stealing all this stuff. He stopped you from burning the house. He deserves to die, and now you just want to lunge at him at your next turn.
Damn it, one. I turn and face one.
So, sorry, he has moved another 15 feet away. So, Chug, 45, 1, and Dodrick, now 50 feet. And Lefter at 50.
Should we just move all our characters back to the start and pretend like this is a straight line? Because I'm confused.
Okay. Yep. I'm happy to do that. So.
And we just say left as an extra kilometer.
So.
So I've got to be. You're saying he's 50 feet extra away from it.
From you. So sorry, 35. Yeah, 40, 50. So you guys would be.
So if we say Dodrick and I are at square one.
It's alright. I'll just track it. I don't want to move you guys. Just stay where you are.
So how far am I, Darty?
50 feet. Chug's the
I
other
am
45. Everyone else is at an extra 50.
How aware am I of that spell that was just cast on Dodrick?
You wouldn't be aware. It doesn't really give off much of a visual sign. It's all in the mind.
Yeah. And Dodrick is how far from me? Like, is that accurate? We're next to each other.
Yep.
Alright. So I'm 50. Alright. And he's standing up right now?
He is. He looks pretty bad. He's limping pretty badly. You can see blood.
Wait. Whose go is it?
It is.
Isn't it my go?
Is the guard? Yeah, it is left. Let's go. Sorry.
Right. Cool. That time.
So I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Yep.
So 50 feet to him plus.
Yeah, he's 100 feet.
Okay, all right. Seeing that he's quite injured, I'm gonna try and go for the kill with another Eldritch Blast.
All right, roll attack.
Booyah. 23.
That hits. Roll damage.
9 damage again.
You fire another Eldritch Blast, completely on point, and bam, right into the back of the shoulders. You knock him prone once more. He doesn't move.
Is he still moving?
Not that you can see from where you are.
Okay.
Next up is Dodrick's turn, and I'd like you to make 2 attacks against Chug.
I was going to. Wait, against Chug?
Yeah.
It's the closest.
I thought you said
Didn't
one.
you say one?
Nah,
Yeah.
Chug.
I heard Chug.
Yeah.
And then Dodrick wanted to attack.
Here's me like shitting myself that he can kill me in one hit. You got armor, Fuzzy. You're good.
He's also got very low HP.
Yeah.
So, Chug would be quite surprised by me jumping at him from behind,
No.
He would. Can you attack with
which would
advantage,
give me
please?
advantage, right?
Let's get into that.
But you're lucky. Re-roll the advantage rolls to shittier rolls.
So I have advantage.
Yes.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Doesn't he have a necrotic arm at the moment?
He's got a super evil strength at the moment. Doesn't feel the pain.
All right, so that would be 24 to hit.
Wait, just as he says that, I cast I see him doing that, and I'm like, no! And I cast my, what's it called? That one that I keep doing. The reaction, cutting words.
What's that do?
I roll Bardic Inspiration dice and take that away from the creature's roll. Fuzzy, how high is your AC? Or if I just burnt a dice on nothing?
17.
I will get... Because you're sort of focused on the cultist and he's immediately to your left, he would be out of your peripheral vision. But we'll give you a chance to do this. So Dodrick, I'd like you to roll a stealth check, and Juan, I'd like you to roll a perception check.
17.
Yeah, I lost. Fucking 8 plus 3, 11.
Sorry.
9 plus 8.
So
We're just gonna have to resuscitate him.
first attack, Dodrick. How much damage?
Hello. What?
Is 7 damage.
That kills me.
So
Is that it?
the first one drives you, it drops you to the ground. Can you follow up with the second attack, please?
Do you want me to do my sneak attack?
Oh, well, damage doesn't matter at this point. It would be negated. You've brought it to 0.
Well, oh, okay. So that
It's not
would my
extra
sneak
hit.
attack be classed as my last one? So it's not like an additional hit.
Nah, you get advantage anyway. He's prone on the ground.
Yeah.
No, I mean like if we talk damage or we talk hits, because if I do my sneak attack, would that adds damage to my previous attack,
Yeah.
which means that it doesn't matter for the sake of a death save.
Correct.
Right.
Actually,
Well,
you do need to know the
argument-
total damage, because if it was over 50% of his health,
On a
he's
single attack,
dead
it's
right
only,
now.
No, it's
Yeah.
only on 50% of health. No, it's his full health pool, not 50%. It's his full health pool. So you have to do his
Yeah, but
full
if
health.
it's more than 50% of his full health pool, so what's his full
No,
damage?
it's not 50%. It's his full health pool. So
Does he attack me again? Because he attacked once. Does that mean the effects of...
Okay, well, hypothetically, if I did do the sneak attack with that one, I would have done 16 damage.
yeah, so that's only effectively. How much health were you on, Chuck?
I don't know, I'm dead. I think it's 36.
No.
Yeah, he's got 36 total.
Yeah, but how much health did you have before you were brought to 0?
7.
7. So there was
Oh.
only 8 overkill in that. So what'd you say? You did
I did
40.
16.
16. 9 overkill. So not enough to bring you, to outright kill you, but he will follow up with the second attack.
I just rolled a natural 20.
Well, because he's
Fuck
prone on the
you.
ground, it's an automatic
It doesn't
crit.
matter.
Crit anyway, so you immediately fail 2 death saves. As the effect now leaves Dodric. You now realize what you've done. And you're standing over Chug with both your daggers in his back as he's now bleeding.
My question
Short sword.
was, would Dodridge have realised after his second or third attack how many he gets, or after the first one when he knocked him down?
After his turn. So because he has
Hang on.
2 weapon fighting, he would do with both.
I know we're talking all about 2 weapon fighting and shit, but
Mm.
doesn't Chug have an ability that when he's down, he immediately comes back up with one?
Used it already.
Like, Fuzzy, stop dying.
Now, in the sake of turn order, 1 is your turn.
How close am I?
You're very close.
10 feet.
5 foot away. Yep.
Oh, so that's accurate for us.
Yes.
Alright, cool. Oh, fuck's sake. We're running out of spell slots, guys. I walk up to Chug and I, kind of push past Dodric and, oh, what the fuck, man, again?
Stop swearing at me.
And I cast level 2 Cure Wounds on Chug by touching him in the privates. And I tell everyone that's the way level 2 works. I've got to grab him right on the plums. And that's 2d8 plus 4. So 3 and 3, so 6 plus 4 is 10.
Nice. You regain 10 hit points, Chug. You can
Won the
breathe.
group.
Yay.
Out of interest's sake, you were actually next on the turn order. Can I get you to roll a d20 and tell me what the result was? Nothing's going to affect the game. I just wanted to know that had one not been next, what would have the results have been? Because you would actually be rolling for death saves with the chance of your character dying.
You mean me?
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Fuzzy roll
Yeah,
D20.
Fuzzy, you roll a d20. I wanted to know what your next death save was going to be.
Get the monk out again.
It was low. 4.
You would have died.
Yep.
Alright. But
That
it is still
crazy.
Chug's go. We-
Combat's over. You've
Oh,
killed
yes.
everybody. Yeah, barely escaped.
So-
Hey?
The cultist is dead?
Yeah, yes, he's dead.
I loot the cultist corpse,
Which one?
the magic user.
Magic user.
I'll loot the 2-handed Deadpool one since I'm right next to it.
Chug goes to the cage and helps to see if the guards have opened it.
Alright, Dodric, you find 20 gold on the cultist. and about 14 silver and 8 copper.
I keep iron, Dodrick. How
So
can he
20
do this?
gold, how much silver
14,
and copper?
8.
I tell him he should be giving all that to Chug after what he's done.
What's everyone else doing?
Chuck can take it.
I'm looting the two-handed, bare-chested cultist.
Okay. You rifle over his body. I'll get you to roll investigation. Sorry? Oh, yeah, investigation. So I probably should have got you to roll one as well, Dodrick.
18.
18. You find 3 electrum pieces in a neat little pouch tied to his waist.
I didn't quite get to throw the cultist down the well.
What about his weapons? What were his weapons?
They were 2 hand axes.
Okay. But crude.
What kind of weapon
They-
are hand axes?
So I think they are a simple weapon. Hand axes, they also have the thrown property, I think, from memory. Now, these ones are not made by a blacksmith who is skilled. These are improvised hand axes. They are essentially a splint of wood, which is slightly bent. Small branches have been sort of shaved off, and it's been treated to make it hard. And then it has this axe handle sort of nailed through it. Got a spike coming out one side, and then this very savage-looking axe face with jagged teeth and such.
It's not a dex weapon, is it? Their strength weapon.
Not sure.
So then I think they have to be not versatile.
I don't know. I was just looking them up. Okay. I have no care for
finesse.
but
Yeah,
I was
they're
just
finesse.
curious.
So I go over to the guards and I'm all like, I berate the one that was, being all uppy. I'm like, come on, you're a guard. You don't stop and instantly help your man. You try and save the civilians. What was that? And I, ask the civilians if anyone's, got any training to loot this guy and put on his armor and help us out.
Alright, so I'll get you to make a perception check as you look over the civilians.
6 + 3, 9.
9. You see 3 or 4 children in these crates, and 2 middle-aged women. You don't see any males. Everybody, the kids in there are very slumped. They're beaten, they're bruised, purple bruises on their face, on their arms that you can see. They've got torn clothes. And the 2 women are sort of just, very much in the same condition. Beaten, bruised. And she says, sorry, we are not fighters. We couldn't do that for you. Please, could you open and let us out?
I do that, and I tell the other civilians to come and help them. We've got to get them to the tavern.
Okay.
Chug, it's
I'm just thinking, should we take an opportunity to have a short? Because I'm pretty injured.
I don't think we can. It's 2 hours, and we're like 10 meters away from a bridge that's got shit going down on it too.
I think we need to get
Yeah,
to the tavern.
Dodrick, I'll get you, because you're the closest, I'll get you to make a perception roll, because you've gone up the cultist, who's a good 60 feet or so off screen.
You're looking for a key.
15.
15. You're about, let's say, 120 odd yards from the bridge. You've got a good clear sight. The mansion, the Gregory mansion, is completely lit aflame, glazed glass windows, all bust flames bursting out the windows. You see a dead body on the floor of the front door of the mansion. The doors are wide open. On the bridge, you see
With your night vision goggles.
you see more of the 4-legged glowing beasts that you fought earlier. There are 2 of these at the bridge. Half the bridge is scorched aflame. You see 4 or 5, at your best guess, humanoids sort of trying to drive them back. which you perceive these as more guards trying to fight and fend the bridge and keep it from being breached by these attackers. You also see another, at least one of these cloaked figures, also just maintaining eye contact on the hounds, and just you can see him casting some sort of magic. What it is, though, you don't know.
Distance from that?
So this is all happening around 100, between 100 and 150 feet away from you on the bridge.
So I tell the others what I see, and I'm asking, okay, do we go at them? If so, let's sort out here.
Jug uses his pickaxe to try and open the cage.
I will get you to make a strength check with advantage.
Now, I suppose one other thing. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
10.
10. You pry at the cages. You don't quite get them off. You hear them start to bend, and you pull, but the wounds that you've taken is just sapped you so much of your strength that you're unable to sort of pry them open. You do feel, however, it wouldn't take much more to get them open.
Assistance, please.
Okay. Or should a couple of the others try? 2 other people? 1 assisting? Not me, because I'm weak.
I'm weak too. I'm also gonna go look for ogre boogers.
1?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, I'll assist 1 in trying to open it.
Sure. 1 gets you to roll.
What am I roll?
Strength
It doesn't help.
with
You
advantage.
know, I've got like minus. With advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good, because that was a 4 and I have a -1. And a 14 and -1, so 13.
13. You pull and pull, you get a little bit further. It just doesn't quite budge.
Has it got a lock on it?
Get you to roll perception.
12.
Yes, there are large iron locks at the front of each of these cages.
Try to pick the lock.
Alright, get you to roll dexterity check. And add your proficiency for your tools. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. It's been so long since I did it. It's like +8, I think. It's like the same as my
Yep.
18.
18.
Yeah.
You work through, these locks aren't terribly complex, and within a few minutes you've picked the locks to each of the cages, and you've got the doors open. Everybody, you then help the civilians get down, you pick up the kids, pop them down onto the ground. They're looking pretty bad, but they can walk. Each of them thank you as you get them out of the cart.
I want to ask the guards if they've got anything that can help heal us.
Yep. You do so, and they say, sorry, no, we
you
don't.
have 2 health potions?
I do, but like they're 2d4 plus 2, so I'd have to burn both of them to try and get up near my full health.
Yeah, so the guards, they said, sorry, we don't have, we would have used them on ourselves. We're pretty bad. Actually, one of the guards looks really bad, which is one of the ones you picked up from the ground. You recognize the deceased guard as being the other second guard that was also heavily injured from the guardhouse earlier. The one that looks relatively okay is the one that you guys have found walking down the road and was helping him earlier.
I think that we should try to hide like under the bridge or something and take a short rest, even if it means other stuff happens in this. Thoughts?
We need to.
I think we need to. I need a spell slot and I need health.
I inspect the ogre's armor. Is it of any use to me?
You have a look. No, it is huge, and it's crude. It's like big metal plates that are sort of strapped to an arm or to to the chest and sort of wrap around. It's not something you generally wear. It's something you just strap to, and because it's just so big and flat, you wouldn't be able to make any use of it, just given his general size.
Did he have any weapons worth taking, or did Lefner already grab?
He had a very
I was
large...
looking for boogers, but I wasn't told to do anything.
He had a very large wooden club with a bit of metal sort of
You got
nailed
mute.
into it.
You muted yourself.
Sorry. He has a very large wooden club which lays at his feet. There's bits of metal sort of stuck into it at odd angles to make this sort of improvised spike club.
Does he have anything of value on it? Like just a normal searching?
Just wearing his clothing and armor.
Alright. Well, so we're aware that there's 2 dogs guarding the bridge.
2 or 1? I thought it was 1.
And
Doggy
so
club too?
they're also casting some form of spell up on the bridge, yeah? That's what we understand?
Yeah, so there's two of these dogs, one of the casters, waging battle with 4 to 5 town guard. What sort of state either side is in, you don't know.
I say we can go in and help. If we want, I can, for free, or with a ritual, cast silence to knock out the caster. And that'll also silence everything, so then Dodrick can, well, 2 of you can sneak up, I guess, and get your stab on.
The other thing to consider, they're on a bridge. I mean, what if we could, I don't know, find another way across, or I could like walk under the bridge with boots, and maybe we could check out just how stable this bridge is. Maybe we could collapse it or something.
Wait, which side are they on? Are they trying to get to the other side where the tavern is?
Yes, so the 2 dogs and the caster are on your side of the bridge. The 4 or 5 guard are on the other side, like the defender.
Can we have a look at the town map?
Yeah, sure.
Have you got the link for it somewhere? We can just look at that. We don't have to change up the thing, I guess. I reckon, because we've got such numbers, I reckon if we push onto it, we might be able to push through. Like, we might drop another person, but it sounds like all the guards are just on the other side of the bridge. Like, then we can have a proper rest. Like, it's going to be unsafe. But I can do a ritual, and I can essentially silence the caster, which means they can't do spells. And then you won't make noises. You just walk up and start shanking. Well, you all won't. Nothing will make noise inside that circle.
Alright.
Including me, I won't be able to cast.
Yeah, but we'll be outside its range. I cast it in a circle around them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no verbal. will
As
be
you
used.
guys are discussing this, 2 of the civilians which you rescued from the town, 2 middle-aged to elderly males, walk up and say, "Look, we want to help." And they look down at the fanatic that dropped the 2 hand axes, and each one picks up, or one of them picks up both and hands the other one to the other. We'll do what we can. We're not trained, but perhaps we can help.
That's what I like to hear. And I tap them on the shoulder.
I give my town guard uniform to one of them because I never, and it might help.
Actually, I have one of those as well. I do the same.
Okay.
Do we encourage a 3rd person to pick up the gear off the fallen town guard?
You have a look at the other 2 that are standing. There's a female, relatively elderly in age, and there's another young lad. He's about 16 years old.
So these are the ones.
Yes.
Were they from the cage?
No, these are from the guardhouse. The 4 that was sort of on looking and watching. There's a young. So the 2 that have taken the axe, maybe middle-aged, between 30 and 40, and the other guy's maybe around 50. But this other young lad, you could potentially fight, but he's 16.
I hand the young lad my crossbow and a bunch of bolts. Because, let's be honest, I'm no good with it. And I then equip my Staff of Lightning instead.
I'm gonna chug the health potions.
I was gonna say I have all my health. I could just go in like sword and dagger. That'd probably be better. Yeah, I
Dog
think
is
that.
concerned 2 dogs will tear us apart, but we
Is it dawn yet?
No.
It's
Maybe
lit.
4:45. Yeah. This all happened relatively quickly.
All right, cool. So I begin my ritual and start casting silence over that area.
I heal 15 hit points.
Is there a range for that?
I've got a range of 120 feet, so I obviously get as close as I can off the side, and it's a 20-foot circle
Alright,
of
so
silence.
I'll make a note. We will finish up soon because you're about to move into another combat, given that it's already 10. So I'll make a note that you are 120 feet and are casting silence.
and the dice still has 1 charge, so
Now, before we finish up this, is there any more healing or any more actions that you guys want to do to prepare yourself for the next bout?
I'll just say I'm happy to hang back as far as possible because mine have massive range, so should be able to.
I should also mention, the whole time this fight's been happening, you're still hearing the ringing of the
I'm
bell.
sort of saving it for cure wounds if someone else needs.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got only 2 left, but once again, same. I'm going to burn a cure wounds if someone drops. Otherwise, I say we just stab. We've only got to kill a few, and we've got massive outnumbered, which in D&D is epic.
Would a massive earthquake collapse the bridge?
One way to find out.
Next time on D&D.
Could someone misty step chug up into the air while holding his maul and he drop down onto the bridge to collapse it?
I have no spell slots at the moment. I did that last fight with no spell slots, which is why I was just a auto. Mind you, this one, considering that I have seen the Hellhound's fire breath, and I think I'll be a bit more useful with some counter magic.
Cool.
Depends. Is there a verbal component to the fire breath? Like if they've got a growl to get it out? Come on.
Not that you've seen.
Oh, either way, the caster will be useless.
And also, my control flames does not have a verbal to it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we'll stop there. Unless there's anything more that you want to do or say before we move into it.
So just confirming, I've given out my crossbow and a bunch of the bolts to the kid, and started the town guard uniform to one of the dudes. I think Dodrick did the same, but with, I don't know, daggers and uniform, was it?
Yes.
Sweet.
So as long as you remove that from your inventory, that's fine.
Do you want it removed? I was gonna pick it back up. I'll take it back.
Remove it for
once
now.
the battle starts.
Yeah, remove it for now. You're not currently holding it, so yeah. Get rid of it.
Daddy, just looking up some other actions. Is dodge a legitimate action?
Yes, you can take the dodge action.
I should have used that sometimes.
So you obviously can't attack, but yes, you can take the dodge action to raise your armor class.
Damn it.
How do scroll spells work again? Do I need to know the spell in order for it to work?
No, you can read it. If you don't know the spell, though, there is a difficulty. So I believe you have to roll to get higher on the whatever the difficulty is, which I think is like 11 or 12 plus the spell level. So I think the first one's 13, or it might even be 12. I'll look it up. But yeah, if you roll higher, spell happens. Roll lower, spell might happen.
Can I use like part of a long rest to study the spell scroll without trying to cast them to try and increase my chance of understanding them?
Not that I'm aware of in the game rules.
Okay.
To be able to do that. As a wizard, you'd be able to copy the spell scrolls into your book and then be able to cast them freely.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm not a wizard.
Nope.
But I could do more damage with one of the spell scrolls I have.
Well, you all have got, various little items and bits and pieces that you've gathered. Yeah, maybe it's all worth going through your inventory and just seeing what you've got in there that you've forgotten about. Maybe you can come up with something cool.
I don't forget.
Dynamite was the coolest.
If you had the dynamite, you could blow up the bridge.
Yes. Damn monk.
I have a scroll of catapult, so I could scroll of catapult the dynamite.
That
How
would've
have
been
we
great.
both got a scroll of catapult?
Only one of you have got it.
I thought you gave it to me after because you took the staff. I know I got the ring. I can't remember where we got the scroll from, but I've got a note that says one scroll of invisibility and one scroll of catapult.
I've got written down scroll of identify and a scroll of catapult that I got from when Rugman.
Yeah.
Just-
So the scroll of catapult come from the Luca Manor. when you're
I
going
have
to
a
the
scroll
library.
of pedigree, and I assume that just means nothing, except that I'm a paladin.
Yeah, I think that's like a personal item for you, a sentimental
Just
item.
other possession.
Yeah.
No other description.
So
I can read it out, see if it impresses them.
Have you guys got some cool potions and stuff as well? I gave somebody something.
Well, we've got an unknown green potion of darkness.
So that was.
That's dodgy.
Look, I had a sip and I didn't die. I also have a potion of fire breathing, but I'm not sure how good that'd be against fire.
Good against a wooden bridge.
True.
Is it wooden?
Perception check.
Perception? No, it appears to be made of brick and mortar.
You didn't even make me roll.
Roll before. You would discern that from before. It's about the width of the road. It doesn't look like a narrow little bridge. It's actually quite wide.
And we've used that bridge many times.
Yes.
All right.
Cool. Oh, we'll leave it there. Come back, 2 weeks? Yeah.
Okay.
Should I?
Sounds good to me.
Nice.
I'll see you guys later.
Wait, so next week was it? I wasn't paying attention.
Week after.
We'll
2 weeks.
We'll do 2 weeks.
Cool.
Depending on how you go, we might be able to do the following week as well. So we'll see.
Sweet.
See you guys.
Alright, see yous.
Catch you later.